Yeah.
So something that we just wanted to talk about a little bit as a player who was on this team last year, just what does it mean to you guys to be able to be in this position, making a run for the playoffs right now? Like, what's the energy in here?
Yeah, no, I think the vibes are definitely good, right? Obviously, last year there was a lot of close games, and we couldn't seal the deal. So I think for us now, being in the position that we're in, the games are fun this time of the year. Everything matters, and I think we're all grateful to be here with each other, and everybody likes each other here. Everybody has a good time here, so it's a fun group for sure.
How would you describe just the messaging and the mindset this season right now compared to last year?
Well, I think we're obviously competing for a spot. Like last year, I think a lot of guys were battling with injuries and that kind of stuff. I think we're doing pretty good health-wise, and guys are trying to do the best they can to give ourselves the best shot of being a home playoff team, and I mean, just doing the right things, right? I think it's tough. Last year was a big difference between this year and last year. So,
the last time that you guys played the Red Wings, that game obviously ended up a little bit crazy. Does that at all play into, or do you guys think about that or talk about that when you're heading in to play them again just 2 weeks later?
Yeah, no, and I think we definitely think about that, and then you think about the games that they've recently had, and obviously they're dealing with some trade stuff and that kind of stuff. So, there's definitely going to be a different feeling in that locker room. There's definitely good things going on. I know that Larkin got extended for them. So, I mean, there's going to be some guys that are going to be feeling really good tonight too. So, I think for us it kind of stays the same. We got to prepare the right way and play hard and do the right things, and hopefully things will go well.
You mentioned sealing the deal compared to last year. Like, what do you think helps you guys seal the deal in close games when you're doing it?
I think just oversimplifying. I think sometimes when we have a lead, we found the tendency to kind of stay off a little bit. And I think for us, if we can keep our foot on the gas and kind of play on our toes and not on our heels, it'll work for our fortune.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Same personnel tonight?
Yeah, it'll be the same group tonight, yes.
You mentioned the penalty kill came up pretty big in the last game. What are some of these specific areas that you guys have been focusing on the last couple of weeks as far as improving it?
Well, structurally, we made some changes coming into the new year. We made some structural changes. I guess I won't get into those too much, but we're better. We've been better on our entries, being a little bit harder on our denials. Which even if we haven't been able to deny the zone, we've been able to set up some pressure off of that a little bit better. And just in zone, we're protecting inside better, and with the structural changes that we've made, just protecting some of the inside plays a little bit better, and still able to find our pressure with the way that we're killing. And it's got to fit the personnel, and the changes structurally that Dave has made, has fit well with our personnel.
So the recent improvements we've seen, is that just a result of the players adapting to the changes?
Well, I mean, it's I think we saw immediate results. And again, it's not a perfect science. The kill is not a perfect science. There's structure in place where everybody's got to read off of one another, and then there's skill and intelligence involved. And there's an element of will involved as well. So when you add in, you're going to need a couple good saves, and we got a couple good saves the other night on the PK. That's a huge part of it, and that your goaltender bails you out of a couple situations when, let's be honest, I mean, the other team's going to make good plays. That happens. They make good plays and they find good opportunities. So you need the goaltending element as well.
Jared McCann has been a big part of the PK as well, and not every team looks to their leading goal scorer to be part of their penalty killing unit. What is so unique about his contribution?
Well, I just mentioned, you want to have, the right skill sets on the penalty kill. Everybody thinks it's just go out and work hard and skate fast. That's absolutely not the case. Different skill sets fit well in the PK. Canner's been a killer in the league his whole career. That's been something that's been consistent that he's done. So for him, his skating ability and his experience has helped us on the penalty kill.
A team tonight that just made a couple trades and everything. Like, I'm just curious, in your experience as a coach at this time of year and working with the team, what's kind of your knowledge base on thinking of how I handle what a GM is doing versus my job? And Derek Lalonde just talked a lot about how it's important to have that separation of the two kind of at this time of year.
Well, I don't know that it's. I don't know about separation. I think there's a strong connection between what's happening, within the organization and how that is connected with what is happening in the dressing room. But yeah, I certainly understand the fact that our job as coaches and as players is to go out and win hockey games and be prepared, to go out and do that on a nightly basis. There's a lot of imperfect situations that you come upon throughout the league, throughout a year. And at the end of the day, the job is still at hand is to go out, be prepared, be ready, and go out and play a good hockey game.
Yeah, when he said separation was more of understanding that it's two different jobs.
Yeah, I'm really not disagreeing with him. I say there's a cohesion there, and then everybody has their daily task and their daily job, and ours is as we get to game time tonight to be ready and prepared to go out and play well.
Matty Beniers, we obviously know around here. What have you seen from his game, and is it what you expected? Has he surpassed expectations? When you look at what he's done this year for you?
When he joined us the last 10 games of the year last year, I didn't know what to expect. It's one thing to be able to to watch a player play at different levels, to try to understand him a little bit as a person. But we really learned quickly, his ability and his presence made him ready-made for the NHL last year when he stepped in. So, our expectations of him this year were pretty significant, and he's met all of those from day one and exceeded those in many ways. Again, just with his skill, with his ability, but mostly with his presence and his ability to handle different situations. So he's an impressive young man in that way. He's an outstanding young player, and he's going to continue getting better in this league.
Is there an expected learning curve there that you have to work through when you go from 4 years of playing Friday, Saturday, and you get 3 days to adjust between games and things to the NHL schedule, obviously?
Different for every player, I believe. And obviously, players are coming from different backgrounds as they enter the National Hockey League, whether it's coming, directly from college hockey, coming directly from junior hockey, coming through the European system or the American Hockey League. Everybody is in a little bit different place coming in. For Matty, there's absolutely there's a growth and an adjustment that needs to take place in terms of where you're spending your energy, how you're keeping your body feeling as good as you possibly can through a busy schedule, and how you're adjusting to the ups and downs and challenges of a rookie year in the National Hockey League. That it's a little bit different for everybody. Matty's, he's continuing to go through that. He's, in his first full year, he's continuing to grow through that. And again, I fall back to just, his presence as an intelligence as a person, has allowed him to handle that, to this point in a really good way.